Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome aboard. Flying with Mike here. Today, we're going to have some fun. Oh, that's for sure. We flew into this airport a couple weeks ago, Santos Dumont Airport in Rio. Oh, sorry, folks. Today, we're going to take off from that airport and head over to yet another short field airport, albeit not, if you can land here, folks. Sao Paulo Congonhas is just a walk in the park because you got a couple thousand more feet of runway. Not much more, but you got more runway. 4,000-foot runway here we're taking off from, landing on about a 5 to 6,000 foot runway. So, ought to be fun. Oh, being in Brazil, did I mention the fact we have marginal to IFR conditions? Let's throw something at us. Why not? So I hope y'all enjoy the flight, folks. It's not a long one at all by any stretch of the imagination, but sure to be fun. It's about a 47-minute haul over to Sao Paulo. So what do you say we hop up in here and start getting this thing going? All right. Obviously, the aircraft is powered up, and we've got the ground power on. We've got the basic get the plane. Well, it's in turnaround, so let's just say it that way. So basically, everything is set. I'm just letting you all see the current conditions of the airplane, and then we're going to press into the pre-flight here while we got about another few seconds here, about a minute and a half before the break. Sim Toolkit is the animal we use. And of course, I haven't done that in a while. All right, let's try that. My bad, folks. Always love hitting that wrong button. Man. Oh, it's just been one of those days with allergies. All right. Wife had them first half of the week. I get it for the weekend. Hey, you know what? What a husband, right? What a guy. All right. So today, Robo followed us. Welcome aboard, sir. Hope you enjoy the ride. Where is Sim Toolkit? It was supposed to be up there. There it is. Again, Robo, thank you for being a part of us. Hope you hang around for the short field operations here at Santo Dumont, and as well as a Sao Paulo. Not the big airport, folks. That's for you guys. You think, like I like to say, the pretty boys. We're going to go where you have to work to get into the airport. Just teasing, folks. All right, off we go here. So let's pull up our sim brief. There's our little airport here in Rio, not the big one, the other one. And here's our airport in Sao Paulo, not the big one, but the little one. All right. Actually, I believe both may have been the originals. Don't quote me on Santo Dumont. Boy, I cannot say this one, and it's the easiest of the two. Santos Dumont, because I think Congonhas was there before the new airport, the other big, easy one to get into. All right, so let's fly now. Showing on the clock, 30 minutes to go. We got ATC just north of our airport in Sao Paulo, so I don't know if they're going to be extending boundaries or not, but we'll see. And we have just gone into the break according to Twitch. Not sure if we really did for y'all, so we're just going to keep blasting on. If you should miss anything, especially in this brief, check us out over on our YouTube channel. I'll be posting this later today. All right, so real quick, ATIS here in Rio, 140 at 200, few clouds at 18, broken at 3,000. Not a really, really bad day here. overall. I mean, it's kind of yucky outside, but flying wise, not really all that bad. Overcast sky at 6,000. All right, now where we're going to have all the fun is landing on a short runway with a broken layer at 1,000 feet. Oh yeah, we could be in auto land. We may have to switch up. I was going to do the RNAV. Because of this, I may actually opt for an ILS, so we'll see. Even though I know the RNIPs, you should be able to fly them down to the same minimums or very close. All right, so winds will be 160 to 11 there and 19 degrees. So overall, again, not bad days for flying, just not the greatest. Loadout, they're signing the NDAs up in the terminal right now. That is short for non-disclosure agreements, meaning they're not going to complain if, well, because they're flying with me. 118 people. 25,900 to for the payload, and that is in pounds. 12,150 pounds of fuel or so to get us over there. Dispatch is very frugal, or now let's be very liberal today, and gave us 36,000 feet, and I believe this is only like 280 miles, 260 miles. Not really sure we'll be able to get up that high. So because of restrictions in getting down, I'm actually going to play it safe, only go to 30. That way we can work into the arrival into our destination. All right, so over here, you can see it in real little itty bitty letters. I know you're getting your magnifying glasses out with your highly magnified glasses out to be able to read that fine print, but here's what it says. So there's our route for today, folks. All right, now you're all going 140. Yeah, 200's not bad. For a departure runway. When I first tested this out, we actually had a tailwind. So, and the primary direction is for us to go this direction because the airport is just right across the bay, literally, from where we're at. So you'll see that as we taxi out. Also, feel free to join us up on our Discord channel after the flight. Love to meet and greet you there. I'm not sure if I'll be able to come on live. I'm going to start thinking about doing that for about an hour after flights, a little after flight discussions. We'll see how that goes. I have the junior co-pilot with us today. She is in for the weekend, and we're watching her. So that's where my time constraints could come to play, was to tend to the junior first, to our junior co-pilot. And if you don't know what that means, granddaughter. And those with grandkids know they are demanding, but it's the good kind of demanding. All right. Those of you without grandkids, you will enjoy the day when they come. What's in here? Huh. All right, there we go. All right, so let's get this firecracker lit, shall we? We got the basics. Let's do it. Like I said, we're in a turnaround. So here's what we're looking at with the aircraft so far. We've got the batteries on now. We're still on external power. Now, a lot of times in turnaround, crews will actually flip the switches on the batteries. Reason being, yes, go figure, man-made, ground power fails. If you don't believe me, when's the last time your electric went out in your house? So they turned the batteries off. So when that does occur, the batteries aren't trained. It takes a long time to get them back up to snuff. All right, so here we go. Okay, we'll get the seatbelts on, get the no smoking light on, emergency lights on, strobes and navs are on to let people around the aircraft know we're, as we'll say, hot. Okay, that was the cockpit voice recorder test, purser switch up. Okay, good checks there. Basic check setup. We're ready to go. Let's fuel the aircraft. Test question. How many remember how much fuel we're getting? I sure didn't. All right, so we're getting 12,140 pounds. We'll do the best we can to get to that number. Call it 12,200. Now, we'll request fuel as soon as it goes dark. I like to go outside. Yes, we have animation, folks. I kind of like it. It's cheesy, but I kind of like it. All right, I see we've already buttoned up outside too. I'm going to go ahead. Open that up. And then while we're fueling, I'm going to come over here to weight and balance, use current, and see how we're looking versus our zero fuel weight. Zero fuel weight should be 115,953. Oh, God, just a little too much in there. Oh, you know what? Helps to just put in the passenger load. Don't even know what it's showing. Page 2. That's why. 118. Okay, that'll change it a little, not a lot. And then we'll empty the cargo bins. Okay, I don't know if that's going to actually take with them closed. We're going to learn something. Oh, it did. 116007. I think that's going to be a good number to run with. I think it is. That's what we're going to be. All right, so we're set with the payload. Let's, and if y'all didn't realize that, what ToLiss did is they took the buttons here and turned them into a menu. How we used to do these things, those of you from the X-Plane 11, come over here, bring up the ToLiss Interactive Simulation Control System, or ISCC, or CS. And it's still here for a lot of this stuff over here for the most part, but overall, you really don't find yourself up here much. Okay, so we've still got the main door open. Okay. All right, so let's get going here. We are still refueling. Oh, no, we have stopped. 12,160, and we can prove it. The fuel truck left. Okay, APU is coming on. As soon as we have that on, we'll let them know if they haven't signed, it's time to board. By the time they're done boarding, we'll be ready to rock and roll. Waiting for flap open here, folks. There it is. A lot of times, folks, when I do my streams, I'm already well past this point. So you're getting a little bit of a high fast, what's the words I'm looking for here? We're going to have to run with this one because I'm not restarting my sim to do the other one. I keep forgetting. What? Hang on a second. We had a technical glitch here. There we go. Oh, why it did that? That was weird. But we're flying for Millennium Aviation today, folks. Mac Air, you may know it for short. They are really, something's going on here. I'm not sure if they're up and running or if they're having a problem. We may still fly without logging this flight over there. And the survey says, there we go. They gave me a little heart attack here. Fly. VATSIM 118. I'm just getting the route put in here real quick. Start. Oh, yeah, I guess I do got to put in. There we go. Yeah, I've actually flown this. It'll be the third attempt. 2 out of the 3, I couldn't remember to start up the ACARS system. May 58 years old be better to you than it has been to me with my memory. All right, so as we left off, the APU is available. So let's come up here, do a couple things real quick, like check our cockpit lights. There we go. And there'll be one other pause coming, folks, as we hook into VATSIM here. And like I said earlier, you are more than welcome to join in and fly with us. No ATC planned unless they come up on their own. All right, we'll turn the bleed air on. And everything else is looking good, correct? Cross bleeds auto. We'll go high with the pack flow because of the humidity and the number of peeps. Electrical panel looks good. Faults are on. Go ahead and start cooling the cabin a little bit. Ventilation looks good. All right, let's turn this to status, this to 1. Okay, why I'm pausing and not turning all 3 on, I want to make sure this little light comes on, the on battery. That way, if we lose the main engines, we still know where we are. And God forbid, when the APU is fired up, to at least give us some electrical power and heating and cooling, we still know where we are up here on the ADIRS. This is your equivalent IRS in the Boeing world and INS in the historical older aircraft, and those of you that fly fighters and cargo planes in the military. All right, so we got this all started up. Let's proceed on again. The strobe lights auto, beacons, I'm going to use, we'll go to number 2. The only difference between number 1 and number 2, just a different set of lights light up on the tips. If 1's out, go to 2. If 2's out, go to 1. And you're legal to fly. But, of course, you would annotate in the mechanical logbook. Hey, seatbelts are on. Smoking lights lit. No smoking light is lit, my bad. Emergency lights armed. And we've done our light checks. We're in auto. Again, bleed air's on, auto for that, packs are set, and working our way up. Look good. Fuel pumps now to come on. And finally, we've done our fire checks. Radios, let's make sure we're set there real quick. Okay, I'll take them as is. We'll also go ahead, kick over our transponder. Here's where I'm going to take that quick pause and get us online. Bear with me, I'm just making sure. Okay. Flight. VATSIM. Oh, I think ATC just came in over us. So, we'll get to fly with ATC down here. Yippee-ki-yay. Okay, we are filed. Little nervous about coming online here in South America, if I'm going to be able to understand them or not. We'll give it a try. Worst case, we may end up texting. Ooh, I don't see my departures. Ah, dang it. I hate when it does that. That happens sometimes from SimBrief over to here. Oh well, they're going to be what they're going to be. All right. Okay. So we left off with the radios. So we need to do the McDo. Let's McDo with our McDo. All right, real easy beast to work with here, folks. Just gonna get them both up here and set. Initialization, do the init request. Waiting for it. What it's doing is it's gonna go out to SimBrief, grab your latest flight plan, stick it in here, and then we go on. Perf data link's good. Now the interesting thing will come when we put in these, when you do it this way, you're going to see not only your missed approach, but you have the ability to put in your return or your route to diversion or alternate. Okay, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Dang it. I was going to specify where we, oh well. That's what I get for getting in a hurry. All right, return. Okay, so we got our initial page. This is called a page A in the Airbus world. Okay, next up we'll do the flight plan or F plan. Okay, so we've got to put in our departure. First off, 20 left. And I need to get my cheat sheet here. We are going... That isn't helping. EVKO1 Fox, okay. And we're going out to NAXOP. And just so you all can follow along a little bit, we bring that up again. There you go. All right, so that's what we've done. We're taking off on 20 left, EVKO1 Fox, and we're going out to NAXOP. Okay. Insert. I'm going to switch to plan. Pull it out here real quick. And we're going to do a quick check of our flight plan. Of which, you know, we just make sure nothing really screwy happens. And at 216 and we're going 260 miles, I think we got it pretty well licked here, folks. That nothing's incorrect, but it always makes good sense to look. And then IBDAL, I believe, is the beginning of our star, which is OGTA 1A. Which is gonna be runway 17 right. Sorry, folks, I do have to look at this now. Okay, I'm going to show off another piece of software I use called Charts. You can put this into SimBrief as well, or SimToolkit, and use it as a one-stop shop. All right, so we're going to import our latest flight in case it changed. There we go. It has not. Other than, what are we going to do here? Okay, what are we going to do to go into Congonhas? All right, so we need an ILS approach. Well, I have an X-ray. I have an RNAV. I have an ILS-X. This is just way too close for me. I'm going to go on out to the ILS. Love how that does that time to time here. All right, so ILS X, add to the route. And what it did is it just took us from here out to Kamgu, over to Gershu, and right in on the ILS. Pretty much like an RNAV. So we're going to do exactly the same thing over here. All right, so ILS. And we said OGTAL, TAL1A, Kamgu for our VIA, and IBDAL for our transition. All right. That all went, huh? Okay. So our intentions are to fly the ILS approach into SB Sierra Bravo Sierra Papa. VIA, this is our transition for that ILS that we're going to use to get in. Sorry, didn't want to cough in your ear. We're going to be on the OGTA 1A, and its transition where we start this star is IBDAL, India Bravo, Delta Alpha Lima. Insert. And you can see we just picked up in the same spot. Keep clicking up and we can walk right through it and see how it looks. The big thing I look for are any big strays off this. Okay, there's Kamgu, Jury, and right in. ILS just aligned, or IRSs. And everything looks good there. We're going to put it back to ARC. And I think that's good. All right, now remember what I told you. Here is our missed approach. And say on this missed approach, we still can't get in there. Well, now it's time to divert to, I think we're coming right back. Coming back to the other airport here in Rio. And it's all pre-programmed, so I would just have to go in, set up a quick arrival. You can do all of that on the ground if you want, folks. I'm going to skip over it. All right, so we've got that all completed. Back to F plan, so we're at the beginning, which this was now back on ARC, so it's not going by wherever the cursors are here. Next up in the list is the rad nav. Everything looks good. Then the, oh my goodness, perf page. This is a little bit of a challenge, oops, to a lot of people because it's hard to find data to plug in that's pretty reliable. So ToLiss, even I think Flight Factor finally has, I haven't tried it out yet, and a couple of others have finally put together this stuff. Even Zibo is in the process of getting their airplane, what one day will be spun up with a takeoff performance page, fully working. They already got a good landing page. They just need to get that takeoff page. And I can't even imagine what it takes to get that lined up. So, as they say in the Bible, folks, patience is a virtue. All right, so weight and balance. Okay, so everything's looking good here. So we go to the takeoff page. Now, what I do is I still have it up. Oh, you can't even see the page. I didn't even realize that. Doggone it. All right, well, I'm going to take charts away so you can see this. And what I'm going to be doing with, well, let me show you what I'm going to be doing. With charts, there's another neat feature with it, weather. You can use this icon or these two icons or this one, which is our departure. Click on it. Hey, there's your METAR. And we can verify the data already present. 190 at 12. Okay, that's wrong on the wind. And 22 degrees, that's good. And we'll cheat and show you how to get that inches of mercury. Okay, let's get rid of charts. Okay. All right. So winds are 190. Here, I'll help y'all out. All right, so there is what I'm working from. So 190. And I think I saw 12. Yes. 22. Now you could do this a couple of ways. Let's try it this way. And put in 10, 17. And it's saying 3004. How can we easily check this, folks? Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Why, let's set 1017 up here. And do that. Oh, it looks pretty accurate to me. Gotta eventually set it sometimes, folks, so why not use it here? All right, runway conditions gonna be wet. Actually, we're gonna keep it in the dry, as I don't know what this thing will do wet on a very short runway. See what I mean? Read it. Takeoff weight's all good. We are not flexing. This is a toga takeoff, if I've never heard of a toga takeoff. And toga meaning takeoff go around, meaning full power. And you can see the remnants. You know what? I've never tried it. Let's see what happens wet. Wow. And basically because that's reducing our V1. So we're not going to have much left. We didn't have much left to start with, folks. We're pretty much not going to have hardly any runway. So again, full power takeoff. 109 to 112 for V1. Rotate of 118. 122 is our V2 speed. Our horizontal stabilizer will be set to up 0.4, 0.4. Green dot, which is flaps up, is 202. All right, now, this really doesn't mean really a doggone thing, because where all the action's going to be, the computer for the actual takeoff is over here in the McDo. However, we've got some basic information to work from now. All right, so let's uplink to takeoff data. Put your winds in here. 190. Oop, back the truck up. There we go. 12. And 1017. Now, we're a wet runway. That's how you delineate it. Now, if we were limited, say we couldn't take off at the end, and we had to go up a little bit, guess what? That's where you put that limit in. You limit this runway much more. That's the end of the airliners coming in here. RJs may still be able to, but that's about it. All right, the only thing we didn't talk about is what's our flaps? 3. Makes sense. Short field. And again, we just put this in. Up 0.4. And it helps to somehow make sure the U types in. Plug it in. All right, folks, at this point, you still can't put your flex in, but we'll do this. Everything's in there. If we were to flex, we would put that right here. Making sure I'm not being stupid here. No, I'm not. Okay. Clear. Uplink. 111, 117, 122. And we are going to lift off with about 500 feet of runway left, folks, if everything works out to plan. All right, that gets the McDo all set up. We're final stages of boarding here, folks. Grab your waters, get your last run at the bathroom, because guess what? We're getting ready to blast this thing out of here. All right, so let's move over and get ready for pushback. Let's close up that door. Okay, door's closed. All right, let's start this off right. Altimeter 1017, flight director's on, LS, and constraints in place. So we're going to see what the constraints are along the route. 20. All right, so we'll repeat the same thing over here. All right, and our VOR 1 and 2 are set. VOR 1 and 2 are set. Managed speed, managed heading, and currently on this departure, folks, there currently is no maximum altitude unless ATC says otherwise. So for now, I'm going to set it to 5,000 because that's our limit at EVOCO, the highest we can go. Mind you, we also can't go faster than 150. Proof in the pudding here, folks. Here comes charts. There's your departure. So we're going to come off 20. Here's the first chart we want to watch. Go to RJ6, at or above 400, make the turn to RJ76. Make the turn to go direct 78, all maxing out at 150. Folks, you're not going to be bringing flaps up quick here. And then on out to SOB, make the turn to EVKOX. Now we can max at 8,000, but the minimum's 5,000. And then on we go to TIVRO, RSOV, which is above 24,000 feet, then NAXOP. Okay. Up here in the corner, 10 feet above sea level, RNIP 03, GNS required, RF required, and crews have to be specially trained and certificated for this airport. It is an RNAV departure RNIP or runway 20 or to right. So they're only like 300 feet longer. Cat A, B, and C aircraft. All right, so there you go, folks. That is our departure out of here. Yeehaw! All right, so let's do it. Doors closed. Altimeter flight controls are all set. Anti-skids on. Switching panels are north. And all right, let me connect. And what is my flight plan? I told you it'd be one little break. 258. Okay. 258. A319. Oops. Give that a few seconds and then we'll call for clearance. From Clarence. All right. Let's come up here and let you all. There's one airplane right next to us. All right, let's get the frequency here. Uh-oh, which one are we? Huh, I have no idea which one we are. Hang on, folks. Stand by. SBCW. Okay, so 126.75. Let's give it our best shot, folks.
One, 134.0.
All right, climb maintain flight 11360 and call Brazil Ascend at 134.0. Thanks for your help. Cruise to Delta 227.
Have a good flight.
Appreciate it, thanks.
Good evening, Center. This is time 173 with you at Rio, requesting IFR clearance for São Paulo. Tower 1973. Airline 73 cleared to São Paulo. Flight plan route. Runway in use 20 left. Standard departure. Avicon 1 Fox transition NAXOP. Flight level 300. Squawk code 3062. 3062. Roger, sir. We are cleared as filed. With runway news is 20 left. If 1 Foxtrot, NAXOP, climb at 300 is approved on the box 3062, time 19073. Time 1973, read back correct. Push back and start up at your discretion. Report when they're ready for taxi. Pull back when ready taxi. Time 1973, thank you.
All right, let's see if he's...
From Baron 619 afirma.
A gente compreendeu que autorizado direto o Serra Papá 101 da Samandé 509.
Just making sure he's done before we transmit here. And what's my call again? Make sure. Before I even think of this, folks, stand by. I'm doing a quick check to make sure I am actually online. He is. Oh my gosh, the third time is a charm. All right, third time on this flight. I'm going to actually get credit. All right. Oh boy. All right, so here we go. Center TAM 258 at Santos Dumont Airfield, Rio. Request clearance to Sao Paulo is filed.
TAM 258, good afternoon. Clear to São Paulo Airport. Flight level 360. Runway news is 20 left. Standard departure is Avicon 1 Fox transition NAXOP. Squawk code 3063. 3063.
And center TAM 258 copies cleared. Flight level 360, 20 left for departure using the EVKOX-1 Fox departure to NAXOP. Box will have 3063. We're ready to push.
258, you read back correctly. Push back and start up at your discretion. Take you to the left to report taxi when you are ready.
TAM 258 copies. Will report when ready to taxi. All right, that wasn't painful. Not like some we've been at here lately.
Setor Curitiba, cordial boa tarde, Copilota 3163.
That's what scared me.
325.
I'll be honest, folks, that's what scared me. All right, so nobody's pushing. We're going to go.
Congonhas 350, já tá na guarda para cópia.
Okay, final list on the check beacon on.
3163, aguarde.
Jetway's clear.
Agora cópia 3163.
Doors closed. All right, let's get better pushback in place.
Welcome to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go, sir.
Just do it this way. And just in case someone starts pushing in front of me, a little bit more.
Ground to cockpit, ToLiss A319.
Certo, Curitiba, Gol 1673 no ideal de descida.
Com 673, desça, reporte na centena, prepare a RMP para o X-Ray, usa certo da direita. Porta na centena.
Did I tell him to come up?
Passando na centena, preparar a RMP, X-Ray.
Oh, there he is. Okay, he was in the building. He had to drive through a few walls to get to me, no problem.
TAM 3163, Porto Alegre, autorizado São Paulo, Congonhas, rota do plano de voo, nível de volta de 50, decola da pista 111, nível de volta de 50, saída Congo 2 Alfa, transição Alor, com o código de transponder 3040. Ciente 3163, está autorizado para São Paulo, Congonhas, conforme rota do plano, decola pista 1. Corvo no Alpha under transição 3.
Just making sure he doesn't start pushing on me.
3163, cotejamento correto, puxe flexionamento a critério, reporta táxi. Puxe flexionamento a critério e vai reportar para o táxi da 3163. So is now connected and the bypass pin is secured. Please release parking brake.
He's not moving, so we are.
And you may start your engine.
We are going to immediately start up. All right, just let you see what we're watching. We're watching into here. It's going to start bringing up the EGT here real quick, and then start when this goes faster. We're got a good light off. There we go. There you go. Now you have a light off. You know, the weather does not look as frightful as the METAR puts it out. Oh, I do need to get charts up here. Hang on a second, because he's going to probably make us go a weird way. Hoping not, but you never know. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start up number 1.
Operation completed. Please set parking brake.
Brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Please stand by.
Same thing, it's just like it takes a couple seconds and then boom, everything starts in. There's in 1. And then the EGT will start climbing here. There we go. Fuel flow's coming up. Keepers coming up. We're getting them up. He didn't give us an initial altitude, did he?
Stall is disconnected and bypass beam has been removed. Hand signal on your left, sir. See you next time and have a safe flight.
All right, thanks for flying with Mike there, Better Pistol.
Center, Ola, 108899, flight level 390.
Tom 80998.
Okay, there's our pins. And then I'll give him turn off lights so he knows I saw
Tom
him.
8099 is Squawk 3057. 3057.
All right, we're going to go ahead and turn the mode selector off.
8099.
I'm going to get this set up for flight plan just in case I need to scramble. All right, bleed off. Working our way down, spoilers armed.
Tom 8099, maintain on navigation, report to the hour of descent.
One more. Going to 3. All right. Pitch, my favorite one. All right, so we said up 4. Wait a minute, I hit wheels. There we go. Okay, so we're going to want the pitch here to say up, which it is, and then 0.4, and that's usually moving the mouse down. Okay. While I'm here, you can do this while you taxi, but you know what? It's just nice to do it here. Okay, and we'll get rid of that and unload that. All right, and for the passengers, let's get the slides in place or armed. Elapsed times running, brakes checked, flight controls have just been checked, FMA, you need the auto brake on. We'll get everything as we taxi. Center, TAM 258's ready to taxi, 20 left.
10258, key N8, 1018, clear to tax, hold point 20 left. Call back when on position.
TAM 258. TAM 258 copies, cleared taxi, hold point for 20 left. We'll call for takeoff at that point. Did he say 18? I don't have that yet. All right, so let's do it. Brakes off. Taxi lights on. All right, here we go, folks. Get out of his way quickly. All right, we'll finish up our little checklist there. And what we'll do is just go both ends of the plane notified. I do not know if that's true or not here. I'm just going to stick right here by the top of the ramp. Okay, test. Good. And transponders, engine brakes, engine mode. It's not raining. I'm going to keep them in normal. Runway turn off lights and take over. We're all set to go. think this is the holding. All right. We're ready to go, I think, folks. Just doing a final check. Radars are coming on. Okay. And by the way, folks, right out there is the other Rio airport. That's why the 2 zeros are preferred. Center TAM 258's ready to go, 20 left.
TAM 258, clear for takeoff, runway 20 left. Wind 110 degrees, 11 knots, KNH 1018.
Copy, clear for takeoff, TAM 258, 1018 on the QNH. He's not kidding, it is changed.
Romeo Mike Sierra, Clareza, 0.
Centro Curitiba, Papa Sierra, Romeo, Mike Sierra.
Clareza 5.
Romeo Mike Sierra no nível de voo 360.
That's kind of rough there. Don't get screwed up here, folks. This is the right runway. Gonna get on the runway and get as much of it as we can use.
Romeo Mike Sierra, transponder 3033, 3033.
3033 para o Papa Sierra, Romeo Mike Sierra.
1673.
Okay.
Ajuste 10.
Full power takeoff.
Ajuste 1021, reporte estabilizado.
Ajuste 1021, reportará estabilizado, voo no 673.
Here we go, folks.
Until 580, airborne at 9, climb without restrictions, 360.
TAM 258 copies, cleared up to flight level 360, no restrictions.
Centro Curitiba, voo 7887 a 10 milhas do ideal de desvio.
Let's give it a try, why not?
7887, mantenha sua descida, aguarde instruções, desça para o Nobre inicial.
Vou descer para 190, voo 7887.
As instruções que a Freitas desconectou.
Ciente.
And if you didn't realize on takeoff, folks, there was a big hill we had to clear. All right, after takeoff, we're starting to come out of the clouds. Let's see how it looks. Some of my favorite shots.
Center, TAM 100 security taxi in Rio.
1973, clear for taxi, hold point 20 left, KNH. And second, KNH 1018.
Taxi holding point 20 left, and QNH 1018, time 1973, thank you.
Here you go.
Curitiba Center, good evening. Go 1065 on the ground is Santos Dumont, requesting a fire clearance as filed. Go 1065.
Go 1065, good afternoon, cleared. Ready to São Paulo, flight plan routes, flight level 280, runway in use 20 left, standard
Okay,
departure.
we are on course on trip.
Fox, transition NAXOP, squawk code 3020.
Okay, so gears up, spoilers disarmed, nose wheel lights can come off.
São Paulo, flight level 280, departure runway 20 left, standard departure as squawk 1 Fox departure, and the squawk 20
I lost my place. Any ice not needed. Altimeters will go standard here any minute. Right now. Okay, we are unrestricted climb up, literally. Still trying to pitch up to match it.
Gol 7887, Centro Curitiba.
Gol 7887.
Autorizado ILS Yankee via Evral no Delta, transição Goshuk. Autorizado reportar 9.000 pés em Sampa.
Checking something out here, folks, real quick. Bear with me.
Vai preparar ILS Yankee da 10 direita, com chegada via Eva 1 Delta, vai reportar estabilizado a 9.000 pés. Gol 7887.
Vigilância radar.
Yeah, I'm going to make a request here.
Gol 461, copy áudio.
Okay, we're at some reason I read 250, not 290 like we're doing, so we're doing good on our climb. All right, yeah, we're gonna make a request. We're gonna try to knock this off at 30,000 like we planned. I didn't catch that in my flight plan. I really
Gol 673, pós autorizado, vento
see.
150 graus, 12 nós, ajuste V21.
Autorizado, pintura da direita, Gol 673.
We're gonna be 6 miles at cruise. You know what? Let's kind of watch it, see what happens.
3163, ajuste 1015, reporte ponto de espera 11.
Vai reportar ponto de espera da 193.
Papa Sierra Romeo, corrigindo Romeo Mike Sierra, do ideal de descida.
Esse inicial uma centena, prepare RMP 17. X-ray à direita.
Iniciando descida para uma centena e preparando a RNP da 17 da direita, Papa Sierra Romeo Mike Sierra.
Reporte uma centena.
Change.
All right, folks. Sorry about the.
Tom 173 is ready for departure.
Tom 193, clear for departure, runway 20 left, wind 110 degrees, 11 knot, QNH 108.
With the winds cleared to take off 20 left, Tom 173, thank you.
Gonna. Still thinking about it. All right, folks, so we're on our way to Sao Paulo. Like I said, it's a short trip, about 40 minutes.
Solos, on the sedge. Solos, this is on the sedge. Leave it a pause. Transport standby. Táxi posição a critério.
Frente, livra pela Índia, táxi a critério, procura, mesa de 3 graus de coordenação.
Every time I do that, I end up missing calls, so I better not. I'm going to do it. Center TAM 258 with request.
Head 258.
Center 258 would like to cut off the climb at flight level 300 due to the arrival restrictions.
Climb flight level 360, report reaching.
TAM 258 copies. Continue to 360. Is there any chance we could just cut it off at flight level 300?
300, TAM 258.
Copy 300 for TAM 258. I'm a little worried about the initial restriction on the arrival.
Yeah, it's too high. 360.
Copy. We're through 23430. TAM 258. I had a feeling we're cutting it close. And that'll give me from NAXOP over to
flight level 300, report reaching without restriction.
Continue climb 300, no restriction, and 173.
I wonder if we're considered oceanic now. That's weird. If we are.
Boa tarde, você.
Para o Galeão, senhor. Tráfego para Belo Horizonte, Palmeiras.
But some of the Mayday TV shows I've watched, aircraft reenactments, have talked about the inadequacy, if I want to use that word correctly, of South American radar. So maybe that's why the altitude calls.
Go 1065, QNH 108.
Because it was a really bad crash.
Hold point 20 left.
Attributed to that. So, but that was also like 10, 15 years ago. So.
Táxi vai Victor Juliet to holding point runway 20 left, go 1065.
Okay, we got our last restriction, even though we're unrestricted in the climb. Our SOV was at or above 24,000. We still got 4 miles and we're already at 27,000, so cool.
6600, o senhor subiu agora, apareceu não.
Good, that'll set us up to get below 24,000 at Manlow, no problem.
Sambera 6600.
Just make sure I've got it set.
Autorizado BH, rota do plano de voo, decola pista 15, nível de voo 310. Rota do plano de voo, nível de voo 310. Saída via Evral 1 Alfa, transição EBICAX, transponder 3026.
Alright folks, let's what I'm going to do is shift gears here. While we're into climb, keep an eyeball. I've got 2,000 to make the call. Let's bring in charts. Arrival brief real quick so you can see it. So here it is. Actually, it's 260. I thought it was 24. Still, we could pretty much come over IBDAL and make that close to it. Anyway, we'll come down to Yucatan, Octal at below 12,000, 9,000 at both 101 and 99, at or above 5,500 at Kamgu. Amazing. Look how close to the coast and look how high up we are with our minimum safes already. Pretty amazing stuff. Airfield's 2,631 feet. Guys that fly in America, that's about the height of Vegas. Just to give you some comparison. And that's really close to the coastland there. Pretty interesting. All right, then from here, we are going to track on the ILS. X for 17 right. Hopefully that's what they give us. And Kamgu, Gursu, Uruta, and then in. All right, so real quick, there's our frequencies. Those of you in South America, you may know how to get on D-ATIS, so go ahead for it. We won't be able to pull it up, but we'll be looking here shortly for an ATIS off them. The localizer is 109.3. Automatically set in the Airbus, folks. A final approach course 169's also set F169 when we do the RadNav check. Uruta 4,020 feet MSL or 1430 AGL. Then 2790 is going to be our decision height, 200 AGL. And here's the missed approach. Pretty much go out, turn around, come back to Kamgu, and we try it again.
Hold chart 20 left, equal 1065.
All right, it is an RNIP/RNAV/GNS, all required.
From runway 20 left, wind 110 degrees 11 knots. Check in H108.
H1018, check. Clear for takeoff runway 20 left, equal 1065.
Center TAM 258, we're level, flight level 300. Don't know if that went out. Center TAM 258's level, flight level 300.
258, mantenha navigation, report still.
What was the reporting point for TAM 258?
Spec runway 17 right.
Okay.
X-ray 17 right. RNP4 17 right in São Paulo.
Copy 17 right X-ray for TAM 258. And we're just briefing it up. Okay, Gursu, Uruta, and then in. I do like this, that if you lose your glide slope, you have a ballpark where you should be on that 3-degree glide slope. Actually 2.9. And we'll be right about here, so I'm going to guess it at about 700, actually about 650 on our descent. And on it to keep it, Alsif 1, Pappies both sides landing, and then there's our turn to go back to Kamgu. All right, here we go. We have to have 200 feet AGL on the clouds. We have to have 700 feet I'm sorry, 700 meters, 550 meters if we have a flight director, autopilot, or heads-up display. Guess what? We have 2 out of the 3. We can go to 550. All right, and let's do the speeds real quick. Come over here, grab the latest and greatest METAR.
1065, airborne at 26, climb without restriction, flight level 280.
Roger, climb your way down to restriction, flight level 280, go 1065.
Okay, here's the ATIS that he was talking about. 15012, 600. Oh, jeez. 17 right, 17 left. Oh, yeah, we're right on minimums here, folks. Confirm ATIS Delta. That's if we're on IVAO. Nothing real. Okay, METAR. Holy Toledo, folks. We're in for some fun here. All right. So let me get rid of this for you. And yeah, we'll just stay here because guess what? All right, so 150, 12, temperature 17, 10, 21, okay. And whew, gonna have anti-ice on. All right, 5,900-foot runway now, folks. With medium brakes, we're looking at a margin of about 2,000 feet at the end. I won't be surprised if I go to the end. 17 right. If we're lucky, we'll get off at India, or all the way down to Joliet, or even Kilo. Come back, and we'll find a parking spot. Okay, so there's what we're looking at. 128 is what we're gaming here to get. Let's see where we are. Top of descent coming up. Okay, QNH we said 1021. Temperature 21. Wait a minute. 17, my bad. And our wind, I believe, 150. Is it 12? 12. And we're going to go 200 DH. Okay, 128 looks good. Center TAM 258 requesting descent for arrival.
TAM 258, you clear to descend, report flight level 10,000.
TAM 258 understands, report 10,000. Okay. Now 10,000 should put us right here, Ogdal. And I apologize, folks. I see charts didn't disappear when I told it to disappear. So real quick, let you all get a real quick look over there at it. There's our intentions. We'll see if the airport conveniently follows along. Again, remember, we're looking at 600 and visibility fine. We'll see. This will be set up as an auto land. Guess what, folks? This will be the first time I've auto landed this to minimums. I will take over, hopefully, at 200 feet. All right, let's go ahead, go into managed. Trying to see our set for 10,000, right?
Centro Curitiba, Papa Sierra, Romeo Mike Sierra, reportando uma centena.
Papa Sierra, Romeo Mike Sierra, QNH 1021, reporte ILS 17 da direita, X-ray.
Okay, that should set us up in there, folks.
Ciente QNH 1021, reportar quando
All right, we're doing a
ILS da 17 da direita, X-ray, Papa Sierra, Romeo Mike Sierra.
Open descent. Sorry, I just like totally lost what we were doing. And so you all can see the weather coming up here into Sao Paulo.
Curitiba, Samba 6600, próximo táxi.
There we go. Little change, 16012. Visibility still coming in good.
Chama no ponto de espera.
Táxi autorizado, ponto de espera, pista 5, a critério, 098, evolução BM 0.
Transition 7500 TA 8000. Okay, I don't see any RVR information, so continuing to pay attention to that, folks.
Centro Curitiba, voo 7827, no nível de voo 090.
Gol 7. Alert. Gol 7887, ajuste QNH 1020, reporte na final 10 da direita. ILS.
Okay, descent checks.
Qual reportagem estabilizando a 10 da direita, ajuste de altímetro 1020 para o voo 7887.
All right. All right, so landing elevation. Landing is auto. Okay. Arrivals complete. Let's get our winds updated. Now you're all going, how do you update the winds? Very simple. Come over here to data, ACARS function, click it again, and then click wind data. And that'll get everything uplinked and synced in, so you've got the latest weather information going in there. Again, we're looking at a approach speed of 127, 122 for landing, configuration 3, coming in full. Oh, we are full, disregard. Big letters are what we're actually set for. And all the information still is correct. All right, there's 20,000, folks. Again, thanks for flying with Mike, and Robol, R-O-B-O-L, thanks for the follow at the start of the stream. Sure appreciate having you aboard. And I hope you all enjoy. YouTubers, you know, smash that subscribe, hit that like.
Time 1973, we have just started our descent to 260 for Manlo.
1973, clear to land, clear to descent. Flight level 10,000. Report 10,000. Expect RNP. Runway 17 right, X-ray. ILS X-ray.
Descending to 10,000, expecting ILS. Do you confirm 17 right for time 1973?
All right, kind of lost track. But if you're on YouTube, folks, we'd love you to smash subscribe and hit that like button. For those of you here on Twitch that didn't know we had a YouTube channel, and that if you missed any part of the stream due to Twitch issues or whatever issues, most of the time it's over there completely without, pause. Now, I can't confirm yet if commercials are in it or not. I don't think so, but they may be, so. But we would sure love for you to help build our family up over there at YouTube as well. And we do not fly, unfortunately, live on YouTube. So really it's because I'm still not 100% sure how to do it. Why are we flashing? What do we have? Ah, that's why.
Papa Sierra Romeo Mike Sierra, pouso autorizado, ILS X-ray 17 da direita, vento 150 graus, 12 nós, cheque o altímetro 1021.
Gente, pouso autorizado, pista no 7 da direita, checado QNH 1021, Papa Sierra Romeo Mike Sierra.
Okay, and just a quick programming note, folks. Right now, this is probably going to be the only flight today. There may be one tomorrow. These are completely, I weren't planning them. They're just, with the grandbaby here, I may have free time. If I do, I take advantage of it here. If I don't, hey, I don't want to get your hopes, get people's hopes up there's a stream coming. So, all right, so we are coming down through 16. Our actual initial altitude on this approach is 9,000. Okay, ILS X-ray. Horseshoe at 4,700. Okay, coming down to 4,020 feet. Okay. All right, folks. Getting closer. Now we'll go managed. Let her ease up a little back there.
Creative hello, KLM 192, flight level 310.
KLM 192, Squawk 3043, 3043.
And I don't know about you all, but I think this controller is doing a fantastic job. So, hey, he's putting up with me. That's a task in itself.
7887, vento 160 graus 79, ajuste no 020, pouso autorizado, reporte, pista livre.
Hang on a second here, folks. I want to check some things up here. Wing lights on.
KLM 192, mantenha navigation.
All right, everything appears set up top. We're going to go ahead, bring on the engine anti-ice.
KLM 192, mantenha navigation.
Maintain navigation, KLM 192.
Okay, we are now managed descent. That green dot right here, folks, tells you as long as you're between this line and this line, you're right on the profile. The computer in the plane is putting together with what the FMC McDo is saying in that system. They're come together and they're on track and playing together nicely. Doesn't mean that loose nut behind the stick is complying either. So, all right, so I'm going to go ahead. We're at 40. Actually, I'm thinking we may not have a wet runway. That's one question I do have for Airbus pilots who may be tuning in. When I come over, how do I delineate a wet runway here? Actually, Boeing, same thing. You have, I don't think there's a setting for the McDo's. Now in our planners there are, but not on the actual piece of equipment giving us the approach data. So just curious, you guys can chime in if you so choose. All right, so here we go. We're about ready to hit 10,000. I'm turning the lights on so we don't forget. Flight attendants, take your seats for arrival. Passengers, assume the brace position. No, just kidding. All right, we are now slowing. Center TAM 258's at 10,000.
TAM 258, set QNH 1021, report runway in sight, 17 right.
Roger, will report runway in sight, QNH 1021, TAM 258. Let's get that set to 5,500.
Controle Curitiba, o Aviation 9065.
Prossiga, Aviation 9065.
Por gentileza, eu não estou conseguindo encontrar o METAR de São Paulo, de Congonhas. Seria possível me dar algumas características?
Actually, I might
Para
set...
São Paulo do dia 21 às 20 horas 1, vento 150 graus 12 nós, 150 graus 12 nós.
All right, let's get this thing ready for landing.
BKI 600 metros, perto de 600 metros, temperatura 17 graus, ponto de orvalho 16 graus. Ajuste no 021. Pista em uso no certo da direita.
Ok, muito obrigado. O ATIS, a letra do ATIS é... Eu não consegui ouvir, por gentileza.
Não, eu não coloquei artista São Paulo.
Now, the interesting thing when you look at a 319's checklist, it's saying once you drop below 230, you can go flaps 1. Do not know the veracity to that, folks. We're not going to do it. We're going to go ahead and manage.
7887, transporte stand-by, táxi via Bravo Bravo, posição gate a critério.
However, we are going to start slowing up.
Gate a critério. Obrigado e bom controle, senhor.
Boa semana, obrigado.
Down to 220. Don't have any speeds, right? Okay.
Center go 1065.
He said we're cleared approach.
We are 10 miles to top of descent. Expecting Octal 1 Alpha arrival and ILS X-ray 17 right to go 1065.
Roger 1065, maintain navigation. When you are ready to descend, you are clear to descend, reported 10,000.
When ready, clear to descent and reported when cruising 10,000, passing 10,000, go 1065.
Centro Curitiba, Webjet 9065 solicita voo de instrumentos no nível 310 para Galeão. Pronto, cópia.
Jet 9065.
All right, I'm going to be a little quiet here, folks, because this could get really hairy scary here real quick.
Entendido, vou verificar.
And I want to just make sure you all are seeing this. Okay. 4,700 is what we'll set to next. Okay. Speed brakes off.
Centro corrigido.
Verificando. Ainda não, o seu plano de voo. Eu vou mudar aqui pro senhor, mas ele não mudou aqui. Deixa eu ver se eu consigo mudar. Tem alteração aqui, mas ele não veio para minha alteração. Aguarde.
Flaps 1
Aguardando.
at the localizer.
O Webjet 9065, autorizado Galeão, rota do plano de voo, decola a pista no 7 da direita, nível de voo 310, saída Bayern 2 Alpha, transição Urene, transponder
Then we'll set
3046.
4,200 on the approach.
Autorizado IFR para o Galeão, saída na pista 17 da direita, nível de voo 310, saída Bayern 2 Alpha, com transição em Urene, transponder 3046.
Jet 9065, cotejamento correto, reporta pushback e acionamento. Reporta pushback e acionamento. Quando pronto.
Portará quando ponto para pushback e acionamento. Webjet 9065.
Recebo voo no 756. Voo no 756, boa tarde, prossiga, Centro Curitiba.
Recebo voo no 756, São Congonhas, está solicitando Rio de Janeiro 270.
Oi, mas aguarde.
All right, we're in the rain. If y'all didn't notice, coming up on Clyde Slope.
Voo no 756, autorizado
Clyde Slope.
Santos Dumont, rota do plano de voo, nível de voo 270, decola a pista 17 da direita, saída Bayern 2 Bravo, transição Nibru, transponder 3031.
Cidade Santos Dumont 270, decola 1756, saída Bayern 2 Alpha, com transição Nibru,
Hey, we're on course, folks. Now we're just waiting to see the runway.
Voltou no 756, cotejamento correto, reporte pushback e acionamento.
Vai dar pronto, poxa, o voo no 756.
Tram 258, clear to land, runway 17 right, wind 150 degrees, 12 knots, QNH 1021.
Copy QNH 1201 in the winds. Cleared to land 17 right, TAM 258. All right, folks. I don't see a run. Okay, we are set up right now. Well, we should. Got it.
Pronto para pushback, WebJet
3,800 feet
9065.
we popped out.
Objeto 9065, pushback, acionamento cauda esquerda, limitado a taxiway November. Taxiway November.
Autorizado pushback limitado a taxi November. WebJet 9065.
Center TAM 258 PIREP, we broke out at 3,900 feet.
Say again, please.
TAM 258, we broke out of the clouds at 3,900.
1,000.
Roger.
You're right, folks. Only that loose nut behind the wheel would have to come on and try and screw it up in this kind of weather. That's me. But we're actually fully configured. We just got to follow the flight director and ILS indications. Drifting a little to the right. There we go. Get her back over. Basically, I'm just doing a little rudder pitch. Ooh, she's really trying to get over there. Get over here. And folks, this is a little bit of a tricky approach, kind of like San Diego. Got buildings to worry about. And somebody put power lines in here, of course. Let's not make it any more trickier than it already is.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20,
Perspectiva do 756, solicitando força acionamento.
10.
Corno 756, pushback, acionamento cauda à esquerda, limitado, taxiway November.
A little bit of a Navy landing there, folks. Oh, there goes that steering again.
TAM 258 on the route 53. Taxi at your discretions. Attention, traffic.
And center TAM 258, I believe we got off at Sierra. Charlie.
258, taxi at your discretion. Gate at your discretion. Only attention, aircraft in pushback and start and start.
TAM 258 copies. We'll watch for those pushing and starting to the gate of our choice. TAM 258.
From 258 in Brazil, we use squawk standby on the taxiway.
Oh. TAM 258, we'll go to standby. Thanks. Not used to that.
Ok, thank you. WebJet 9065, desliga o seu transponder, por gentileza.
Vou desligar.
All right.
TAM 173 requesting further descent.
All right, we are on standby. How about that, folks?
TAM 1973, QNH 1021, report runway in sight.
QNH 1021, we will report runway in sight. TAM 1973.
Let's see here. I may pick one of these outer gates.
Pronto para táxi, WebJet 9065.
WebJet 9065, ajuste QNH 1021.
But I
Inicie seu
had no
táxi via
transfer.
Mike para o ponto de espera da 17 da direita, via Mike, aceite a sua táxi à sua direita. Táxi via Mike até ponto de espera da 17 da direita.
Thought I had it. Sorry about that, Center TAM 258. Thought I had it on standby.
No problem, it's okay. Thank you.
I am going to take that outside gate.
Center 10, 80, 99. We're going to Commerce 650. Looks like we'll be out of the airspace pretty soon.
From 099, descend, flight level 10,000. Wait for the procedure. Curitiba, uma boa Gol 097. Gol 097, prossiga. 097, François Galeão. Solicita Guarulhos 1320. Tom 8099, descend 10,000, report 10,000 fires. Route 1 Delta, transition Zaris, ILS, Yankee 1 to the right.
All right, folks, we are in the blocks and set something up here real quick because being outside, we're going to need those. And I'm going to go ahead and turn down.
And we'll transition ourselves from service.
All right, folks, I will be right back for shutdown. Give me a second. The junior co-pilot has entered the flight deck in Suic.
Controle Webjet 9065 no ponto de espera da 17 da direita. Webjet 9065, mantenha. Entendido, mantendo. Webjet 9065. O Gol 1097 Guarulhos. Afirme-se, tá no Galeão, solicita Guarulhos 320.
What comes out of 2-year-olds is awesome. Yep, it was a tad firm. Like I said, hey, nothing wrong with a Navy landing every now and then. All right, we're in the blocks. Let's get this up, shut down. APU should be running. That's what I get to thinking. Thought I kicked it on and I must have missed it. Alright, terrain can turn off, radar can turn off while we
Gol
wait.
1097, Gol 1097, autorizado Guarulhos, rota do plano de voo, decola a pista 15, saída Gol 1 Alfa, Gol 1 Alfa, transição Sidur, transponder 3042.
There we go, we got traffic moving here again. Get the AP fired up here.
Bravo 1973, clear to land, runway 17 right, wind 150 degrees, 12 knots, KNH
Those
1021.
wind temps.
Clear to land 17 right, wind 150, 12 knots, QNH 1021, time 173, thank you.
Go 1097, prossiga.
Busy little airport on VATSIM. I kind of like this.
Guarulhos,
Guarulhos, 320 confirmada a proposta, decolo no 5, Bruno Alfa, no transponder a OCA 3042.
Confirma a saída, Ugox,
Almost ready,
transição
folks.
Sidur.
Afirma, Brox, Suno Alfa, Oxider.
Actually,
Cotejamento correto, pushback, estacionamento a critério, ataques.
Puxa critério, matar.
available. Lead.
Coeficiente 9065, após a passagem do tráfego
There
na curva
comes
final,
Cam in.
anima,
Let's get
segundo seta
out
direita.
here. Let me shut that engine and get out here.
Após tráfego, alinhará e manterá no 17 da direita o emergente 9065.
There you go, folks. Pretty busy airport.
100.
Awesome.
101-065, KNH12, sorry, KNH1021, 1021, report runway inside, 17 right.
H1021, clear to procedure and report runway side, go 1065.
I didn't turn the beacon off, that's why. Nice job, Cam. 1973. Nice job. Alright, let's get that beacon off. Get those off.
1972, report runway vacated, violated, 102.
Runway vacated, 1973.
Good job there, Cam.
1973,
Alright, let's see what's going on out here. Here comes the trucks in, folks.
Vigente 9065, decolagem autorizada, pista 10 da direita, vento 50 graus, 11 nós, ajuste no 022.
Decolagem autorizada, ajuste 1022, Webjet 9065.
Always love watching this. I mean, the ballet that they've set up here is really good.
756, ali mantém o seta direita. Quando 756 alinhar, manterá no seta direita.
All right, we got the people going off. All right, let's finish up the interior here in just a second. We've
3
watched.
sem restrição, Webjet 9065.
All right, I think that's good enough. All right, to the top. Put it in turnaround. Fuel pumps off. Down here, sorry for the moving about quickly, external power and shocks. Why did we turn off the, set the parking brake up? Okay, I think temperature values are okay, so we can re-engage the brake, okay. It helps to cool them, folks, that's why. All right, we are shut down, ready to go. External power is all that is left. Boom. Now that we're on external power, master switch can go off. There we go, folks. All right, so we're going to go ahead disconnect. because we are going to actually try to take a look at this and watch that Navy landing one more time. I thought I pushed that down. I guess I did not. All right, first off, let's see what Mac Air got us at. 188 feet a minute. I wonder if there was a bounce. Okay. Just want to make sure it got over to him. I still can't believe how hard it was to get a simple flight filed. Okay, and it is there. And just making sure, yeah, 188. I can't complain with that number, folks. All right. One last thing to look at before we go outside the plane. Now, I came offline because if you don't, the aircraft will automatically disconnect you. And if the controller, by chance, is part of flying with Mike, great job. Great job indeed. Just getting everything reset and off. Okay. Yeah, I was a little nervous always going into that, but he did a great job. Great job indeed. Okay. 278 feet a minute. They have us at 113, so we were a little slow, and I knew that because I chopped the power early, and I knew that was coming. All right, so let's finish the flight. Okay. Basically, when you come in here, you need to be in your logbook, and you can look over any of these flights to see how you did landing-wise. Pretty cool, I think. All right, so here's what we flew. Like I said, it was going to be a pretty simple flight. If you remember the beginning of the stream, looks identical. Now let's get into the details. Okay, first off, it was an hour flight. 197 miles is what we ended up flying. 278 feet a minute for the landing, 113 knots. Now, it goes one step further. It actually shows you on the runway. That is what I love about this. All right, so we landed 1,000 feet from the threshold. Oh, they had us on 17 left. I'll be a son of a gun. So that number is way off. Pretty close for the threshold here, but we can use the markings to delineate how far we were. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, so here's the actual metrics. 278, 2.72 degrees. I wonder if some of this is off because we were supposed to be here. However, this is the first time I think I've ever hit this dead on for the ideal heading and what my heading was. I think that's the first time I've done that. Okay. All right, so let's kind of dig into it. All right, so this is what this is really good about. All right, so we have a displaced threshold. You could see why we have stuff in the way of the approach. As we saw, high tension lines really close to the runway. Whether that's in the real world or not, I don't know. But we do have EMAS for in case aircraft start going haywire, can't get stopped, they'll stop in here before this roadway. Chicagoites will know. December, I think it was 2008, when Southwest went off a runway in Midway and killed a kid in a car in Cicero Avenue. Now, Midway has EMAS. It's basically concrete that'll crumble under the plane. If you all have run mountain roads in a car, and you've seen those things called emergency ramps for trucks, and cars sometimes lose their brakes too. They go up and it stops them theoretically before going off the end and down into the main gorge. No. Little dramatic there. No, but usually it stops them in there. It's just pea gravel they drop in on that. This is concrete that collapses under the weight of the airplane to hold it from leaving the airfield. All right, so from here, the blue dot here is on this white line. That's why we're all screwed up, because it was set up for 17 left. Again, did not catch that, folks. Sorry. Had it been set up for 17 right, that blue dot would be here, the threshold. Touchdown. Touchdown's going to be wherever you end up. All right, so when you're coming in, you remember, we don't land here. We can take off here. We can't land here. From this line forward, we can land. Your PAPIs, your ILS, everything gears to these big aiming points, okay? So they get you there, especially on short runways. Now, the longer the runway, it's important, yes, but you got some flexibility when you get longer runways. Under 6,000 feet, folks, you better be pretty close to that, as we were. So we're looking at about, it should be approximately 500 to 1,000. That's in the U.S. This could be slightly different, but here it at about 1,000 feet down the runway. They're calling it 1,000 feet from here, so you can see it's pretty close, maybe 1,200. This should be 1,500 feet, so that looks like about right. And then here's the most important thing about these marks. While they tell you where you landed, if you happen to spy them, if you start seeing them going this direction, you might want to really think about some brakes, or you're going to get to meet Mr. EMAS down here. So, again, why these markings are so important. All right, so enough of this. I say enough. Enough is enough is enough is enough. I'm going to button up the aircraft real quick here, folks. Okay. That should get on the doors. Hang on a second. Okay, so we have just the baggage to take care of. And they'll pull away. Reason I want to do that is to at least get rid of them in case that possibly screws up with us trying to watch the replay. And I don't think they're closed up yet. Hopefully they close right away. There they go. All right, now they should show closed. All right. I'm going to pull the chocks just to be safe. Stay on external power. All right, so let's give it a try. I'm going to try to reenact, or not reenact, replay the landing. All right, and that part looks good. Now, let's try going out. Come on, you can do it, you can do it. Oh, I think we're going to get to see it. We're going to do it from coming out of the clouds. All right, folks, here we go. We're coming around off the ILS, headed to our airport. You can watch it here when we punch out. There's the airport. And it could have changed, folks. It could have changed from when we were out here. 3900's what I told them when we broke out. That's when we broke out again. By the way, that's default with this simulator X-Plane 12. I know some it's not. You got to get a download it, start it, where you want, all that good stuff, and then you can do it when you get on the ground. Now, you see why the approach is the way it is. This I really don't think is probably there. Who knows? And that's where I decide to drop like a rock. Hear the engines, then you'll hear them throttle up. Kerplunk. Alright, hey, folks. As they say, any landing you can walk away from. Every landing I do in the sim, be it a crash, be it a landing, I walk away from. Kerplunk. Welcome. Welcome to Sao Paulo. Now let's get another look at it. Oh, look at that slope, folks. Kerplunk. One more time. My bad. I thought I hit the bring it in button, and I hit it to go even further. Here it comes. Screenshot time for you guys. Get your cameras. Overall, really good. Just a flat out great flight, folks. Short field to short field. Okay, let's go out and see how the passengers felt. See if they're okay now signing that NDA. Okay, little wing flicks there. Get it on the terminal side here. Ah, got too far. Let's go to that side, guys. There we go. Here comes the terminal. All right. All right, folks, we're going to wrap it up here. We're going to go back, let it come in on the tower, and see how it looked there, and then we're going to call it quits for the day. Folks, I have a junior cockpit in the cockpit, really getting obnoxious that Papa is not with her. So we're going to call it quits for the day, folks. I want to thank you for being part of Flying with Mike, and I really hope your weekend goes well, and we'll see you again on the next flight. Ooh, I hit the wrong button. Return. Let's try that again. Don't mind that guy behind the curtain. So, again, folks, hope you all had a great flight, great time, great controlling, and I look forward to flying with you again another day. God bless you all. Have a great day. We'll see you. Worst case scenario, folks, Tuesday. Best case scenario, maybe later today or tonight or tomorrow. So, hope you all have a great weekend. We'll talk to you later. God bless. Again, folks, great weekend. God bless. We'll see you at least Tuesday, if not sooner. See you then. And what we'll do, we'll head on over to Melvin Leroy and see what's going on over there. Looks like a little older aircraft in action. Hope you all enjoy his stream. Again, God bless. Have a great weekend. And here comes Melvin Leroy.
What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky